Hello everybody, I will start my today another live coding session. So today I solve this question, number of irons. So given an n by n 2D binary grid, which represents a map of 1 and 0, 1 is land and 0 is water, returns the number of irons. An iron is surrounded by water, which is formed by connecting adjacent runs horizontally or vertically. You may assume all 4 edges of the grid are all surrounded by water. Okay. So let me clarify my understanding first on this question. So as the interface, I'm given a 2D binary grid, which is, list of list. Yeah. So this should be binary 0, 1. And I will return integer, which represent number of irons. Good. And constraint I'd like to confirm is, firstly, it said each cell is 0, 1. So 0 is land and 1 is water. So from that, I'm wondering if there is at least one cell in the given grid. Yep, there is. So okay, these are things I wanted to confirm. Now let me take a look. At examples. So let's say I'm given something like this. So 0 is around. So water 1 separates the irons. So yeah, in this case, 0 is around. So 0 is a kind of, single cell round and long winding round. There are 2. Okay. Yeah. So I think this is quite a, typical question of the DFS, even though I can use BFS. Is this fine? Go with the DFS. So I start from this cell, and if this is water, just ignore. And if this is the run, I start the DFS from there. So I move and find cells which are connected, run cells from the starting cell. Yeah. And I mark them as visited. Yeah. So every time I visit a new cell with the probably double nested for loop, if it is, okay, let me write it down. If this is water, I skip it. If this is run, I start it. But if this is already visited, I skip it. And also do read plus equal 1. Maybe I should say num irons. Yeah, this is a return, variable. So I increment this first and then start DFS from here. Yeah. So this is the main thing I will do. And also I need the visited set, which keeps track of the visited cells. Yeah, okay. Good. So let me start the implementation. Oh, by the way, I do the complexity analysis. For time complexity, so thanks to the, let's assume there are n cells in the given grid. So thanks to the visit set, I don't have to visit any cell more than twice. So, sorry, more than once. So in the end, I visit each cell once. And also, when I'm at each specific cell, I have to look around 4 cells which are surrounding. I have to take it into consideration, and it should be 4 times n. But 4 is constant, so it should be O of n. Okay, for space complexity. So I need the, let me do it later, because in the DFS, I really need the tag. So after implementation, I'd like to think about it. That being said, I start the implementation. So this is run the column. So here, as I said, if this is water, I skip it. If this is already visited, I skip it. So if water is 0, so yeah, in this case, I continue. So I do this only if this is island and not in visited. Okay. Also, let me quick check. If this is 0, I continue. Yeah, maybe this is more easy to understand. If grid is already visited, I continue. Otherwise, I start from here. Okay, this is marked as visited, and I create this tag for DFS. So here I take a look at the 4, directions. And current row should be prev row plus row diff. And current column should be prev column plus column diff. Okay, here I have to do some validation. If out of the cell, and also not this is run, and also not visited yet. If this is true, I visit. Okay, so let me check it first. So inside of the cell check, so if this is not true, I continue. Okay, and also here, if this is equal to 0, I continue. And if in this case I continue, here I visited. So visiting means that I add it to the visit set and push it into the stack. Okay. Then in the end, oh, I forgot something important. I have to increment this num irons here. Okay. Good. So here in the end, I return number by runs. Okay. Now I've finished the implementation. Let me quickly check. Oh, yeah. So I do the space complexity analysis and then I will do the try run. So for space complexity, the space I used are visited set. This should be up to O of n because in the end, there are n cells to be included in the visited set. And each element is just a tuple. Okay, aside from that, I need stack. So this stack, because I do the DFS, if I, let's say this cell looks like this. One is run, yeah. So in this case, I push this into the stack and then push it. Wait, no. This is popped up. Because, this one is popped out before. Yeah, but at least I can say this is the worst case I can think of. So, yeah. At least I can say this is up to O of n. Yeah, because even in the worst case, I push all the cells into the visit set, stack. So it should be up to O of n. In total, it should be O of n. But let me quickly think. So if I visit from here and then here, yeah. They're still in this. Yeah. So I think in the worst case, let's assume this looks like the zigzag. Like this. No, this doesn't work. So maybe I can still think of this case. Yeah. So anyway, the worst case is definitely this case. So I push. They're here and come here. Then go to here, still there included. But I find this, so I pop out and add 4 directions. Sorry, let me talk about this later, maybe. So I reduce the right arm. So okay, so let me go with a very simple case, 1, 0. In this case, I expected 1, maybe 101. Better. Expected 2. So num irons begins with 0 and visited set begins with an empty set. So first let is this cell. Here, so I start the so this grid is not 0, yes. Grid is not visited yet, yes. I go to line 60, num irons is incremented by 1. So this should be now 1. Okay. Num irons is now 1 and visited add 0, 1. Okay. So where is it? Here. Stack has now 0, 1. And because this is more than 0, I pop out 0, 1. So prev row, prev column is now 0, 1. And I take a look at each direction. And thanks to line 75, most of them are stopped here. So when I go upward, it does as a cell, downwards, up as a cell, leftward, it does as a cell, but rightward, it inside. So this is the 0, 1 case. In the 0, 1 case, the cell, current row should be 0 plus 0 is 0. This should be 1. So 0, 1 is the current row column. This is inside of the cell and go to line 78. But 0, 1 is 0. So I continue here. So I come back to line 57 and now I take a look at cell 0. No. What I can say here is because the stack is now empty, I finish the DFS and come back to line 57 and move to this cell. Because this is 0, I continue. Next, I go to this cell and this is 1. I increment num runs to 2. Then, I add this 0 to the visited, should be now empty. Visited cell. And I continue. I push in the stack, but in the end, it just pops out. Sorry, let me be a bit more careful. I push this to stack and now it is popped out. And I look at 4 directions. Upward and downward, they are out of the cell. When I go leftward, it should be 0, 1. This is inside the cell, but this is wait. If this is water, wait. I have to continue. Run this one. So if this is water, I continue. Yeah, comment was wrong. Okay, so this is water. Yes, so I continue. Actually, I can't visit any adjacent cell from 0 to. So that's the end. And in the end, I return num irons, which is 2. Okay, so I passed this test case. Good. The lines I couldn't cover is line 82 to 86. Maybe this is the critical part, but so let me quickly review by myself. If this is already visited, I continue, yes. Not, I append this to stack and add the visited set. Looks good. Okay, so I'm pretty confident in my code, so let me submit. Mm-mm-mm. So seems like I visit. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. Okay. So seems like I, made a mistake somewhere. Let me take a look. One thing I try to quickly confirm is 0, 1. Swapping doesn't occur. So 0 is water. 1 is land. No, 0 is water. I see here. I have to check this with row column coordinate is inside of the visit or not. Visited at row column. 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, negative 1. If this is 0 water, I continue. Not visited yet. If this is visited, I continue. Looks good to me. Okay, let me debug. Yep, so definitely this should be visited. Sorry, this should return 1 because all of them are connected. What I'd like to check is here. So when I visit 0, 0, and 0, 1, unfortunately, 0, 1 is not visited from 0, 0. So let me, as a very simple case, look like this. Yeah, and it failed. So seems like I didn't visit 0, 1 from 0, 0. So probably DFS has some problem. So what should I do? So here I read print stack. And prev column. So when I pop up this, yep, tag 0, 0. Good. So this printed out tag, which lost 0, 0. Let's check if this is reached. Not reached somehow. If this is reached, yes, reached. So seems like there's a problem here. If row column in visited, I continue. No. Wait. What's the current row current column here? Yep. So 0, 1 is visited. And I will check if it is reached here, which means that I could find a new unvisited cell. No, somehow no. I'm saying this 01 should reach to line 94. 01, this reached here, but didn't reach here. Why is it? If this is 01, this is not in visited set. So I was talking about 01 and reach and 0000. I see. I have to check current row and current column. Where's R and C? R and C are defined here. Oh, I see. Okay. But still it's fading, maybe. So this should return 1. No, 3, but I returned 1. So let me double check. It looks good. I see. So this should return. Yeah, this should return 3, yes. But this returned 1. Okay, it seems like I'm always returning 1. So let me check what is visited in each cell. So here it seems like I visited too many cells from 00. I should visit only 4 cells. Yeah, but I'm visiting. I don't know why. Anyway, why 02 water is already visited? Because if it is water, it shouldn't be pushed into the visit set. Hmm. Yeah, seems like I'm visiting all the cells because if I change this and this, the row doesn't change at all. So the problem is I'm visiting all the cells. I see. So this 0 should be string. Okay. Good. Okay, accepted. Okay, let me quickly wrap up. So today, so the question, number of irons, and this is a quite famous question, you know. So I use the DFS from each cell, and I visit all the round cells which are connected with the starting cell, and marks them as visited. And when I traverse each starting cell, if it is water, then I skip. If it's already visited, I skip. But if it is unvisited round, I set the new DFS from there. So I increment the num irons and then do the DFS, and I continue it. I included a few bugs which I could resolve in the end. The bugs are here. Yeah, I should use current row variable, but I used the just row variable. That was my first bug. And the second bug was here, I should have used the string 0, but I used the integer 0. Okay, that being said, I finished my today's coding practice. Thank you so much. Bye.